contract, a legal requirement every single time we appear on camera. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hollywood Matt Connelly Live with the double biceps. It is in the contract, a legal requirement every single time we appear on camera. We are appearing on camera right now. We have a very special guest from South Africa, the South African sensation who's been tearing up the arm wrestling scene for the last 2 years and continues to put on spectacular performances all around the world, including one that just a couple of weekends ago. It is none other than Riekerd Bornman.
G'day, Matt. G'day, everyone. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Matt, thanks for having us. Sorry, Matt, all our way to the gym. Photos flat. We're going to need a session. That's all that counts. So that's good.
Absolutely. So we're expecting at some point you may disappear all of a sudden because your phone battery is going to die.
Yeah. So that's the only reason why I'll pop off.
Oh, that's fine. No worries at all. So you're heading back to the gym, another workout session planned. Is it an arm wrestling specific workout you're doing today?
Yeah, it's always arm wrestling specific. The only thing I do extra is probably bench. But everything now is focused around arm wrestling. I had a chat with one of my mates the other day. You know, it's so funny to see that be building exercises anymore. And everything that I do, I try to incorporate arm wrestling in some way into it. So, and I enjoy it that way as well. I'm not getting too fatigued, but my muscles is getting really strong and the tendons is growing and getting tight.
Yes, absolutely. Well, tell us about the match you just had a couple of weekends ago, and your brother also had a fantastic win. It was I think, did you go against a couple of other brothers that were from South Africa as well?
Yeah, so this was actually a tournament held in Klerksdorp, about 2 hours from our place. So initially it would have been a tournament only, and I would go to support my brother, whatever. He would compete in the tournament, but he was the heavy favorite, to be honest with you. And then the organizer reached out to me. He said, listen, would you be keen to have a match, both on the left and right hand? The right hand is for number 2 in South Africa, left hand for number 1. And I couldn't say no. This is a big opportunity for me, and it falls perfectly into my preparation for schoolboy. So I was really happy when I got the call. And then a couple of days later, a thought crossed my mind, and I thought, listen, this guy has a brother, and his brother is also top 10. So let's reach out and ask him if he'll be willing to have a match with my brother. That's perfect. It's going to be the brothers versus the brothers then. And they accepted, and it turned into a massive event. I'm just going to turn my phone a bit. I think that's going to be better.
There you go.
And so it turned out to be a massive event. Good day, Dave Stockbridge.
Dave has made his appearance. Hello to you.
Good to see you, Uncle Dave. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. This is bringing back so much memories, and I'm starting to miss you guys now.
Oh, that's great. We were just talking about Riekerd's big win a couple of weekends ago over in South Africa, and Duvan as well having a match. There was a couple of brothers as Riekerd.
Yeah, I watched it. Yep, I follow these boys. I know what's going on.
I'm just explaining for the viewing audience who may not have known.
Oh,
that,
are you live?
So these two young men on the screen.
Pretty exciting, man. It was incredible. Going into the left-hand match, I thought, I don't know what's going to happen. It's exactly the same case with Riekerd. I didn't know where I was at. I don't train the left, so I never know how I'm doing, But for the first time, I started to focus on table time on the left, because that's the one thing I can do and the one thing that I enjoy. And so Duvan uses the bands, and he tries to hold his hand and keep center table, and so I need to fight through that. And I could feel that, listen, this arm is starting to know how to arm wrestle and know where to move. It still is not good going inside, but it's not necessary. If you focus 100% on what you want to do, then the other guy should adjust. And I think that's why Brett Coots won the match against me, because he adjusted and he exposed a weakness of mine. But anyways, going to the match, no one thought that I would win this match, including myself, even though I understood that my family is watching me, and I don't like to lose in front of them. So that was a big one for me. And so I stepped up to the table, ready, bang, no problem. Right hand, easy day. Easy day. I didn't feel him on the table. My setup was perfect, disengaging him from the start. So, yeah, that was quite an easy match on the right. I knew it was going to be that way because, you know, it's so funny, you know, because I don't know the level of South Africans in this country, and he's ranked number 2 in the country. But I was so confident anyways, because I knew that I wanted to prove to everyone in South Africa that, listen, yeah, I'm not just a guy from Australia that everyone is getting to know now. I'm a serious arm wrestler. I enjoy the sport. I love the sport, and I'm gonna hit the rankings in this country, like I said. I'm gonna do. So I was happy to do that. But the big one is still waiting, and I think Terence he's also keen for the match, so that's going to be a big one. But really excited for that. And then on the other hand, this guy, man, did he surprise all of us? You know, as his brother, feeling him on the table, I knew that this guy he's no joke. If he wasn't my brother, I would have probably, I don't know, stay far away from him. But he's my brother, and I'm so happy to help him. And to see him handling that guy in that way, in that fashion, is incredible. I mean,
Yes.
that guy's hand is massive, massive. That's like close to Matawarangi's hands. Okay, I know Matawarangi's hands is massive, but it's close to that. So Duvan lost his hand, and for a 17-year-old to keep on fighting without his hand, man, that's really impressive for me. So yeah, no one gave Duvan any chances. No one thought he was going to win that match, and then he said, "Hold on, I'm going to show you guys."
Can we watch that clip with the sound on?
Yeah. Sure. We bring it back up on the screen here for you.
The moment, every time I watch that piece where he celebrates, I start crying on the day. I can't help it.
There you go.
How many people were there?
I would say 150.
Wow.
About there.
That's huge. That's huge.
But this is a small, how can I say, province, small dorp. What's a dorp? Small town. It's a small town. So arm wrestling is only getting serious in that town now. When in the past there's actually nothing going on. So it was a really good one, I have to say. I mean, we had some great sponsors. Zambezi Gold. I think they work in the gold mines and all those kind of stuff. They sponsored the event and they made it possible. So it's incredible to see that businesses are starting to invest in arm wrestling. And man, these two owners were so excited for arm wrestling. They were really excited. I don't want to go too far, but they were really excited and they can't wait to host the next one.
That's fantastic.
In the audio of that, there's one voice that you can hear screaming and cheering you on more than any other. There's this overarching female, just at the top of her lungs, just willing the hand to the pin pad. Do you know who that is?
You know, Uncle Dave, I don't know. I searched for it, but I couldn't find it. Yeah, but that's
it's amazing. Man. Whoever that is, that's got to be. I mean, close to your number one fans. I mean, that is that woman is very, very passionate. She almost wanted the victory more than you boys did. It was amazing. It was amazing. But is it great now that you're in front of a hometown audience and you really do have people that love you, that know you well, that are just cheering you on and just want to see the absolute best happen for you guys?
It's incredible, Uncle Dave. And I was actually a bit sarcastic. I think. I don't know if you know, but that was my mother screaming.
I thought it might have been. And we all want a mum like that. We all want one like that.
Uncle David's incredible, man, and it's something I can't put into words. And for some people, they take it for granted. But for me, being in Australia for 3 years, competing with no one in my corner, you know what I mean. I have all you guys. It's a massive thing. But your family it's blood. Nothing is thicker than blood. So it's special, man. I'm so excited that my little brother is going with me to America, and I think I'm going to be different. I think I'm going to be different this time. I feel really good. My headspace is at a good spot. I had so much support. I have so many people backing me, getting messages every single day. I'm fighting for South Africa this time, and for all the kids that want to be something one day. And this is a dream come true. Whoever thought that me from a small town in South Africa would be on the biggest arm wrestling stage in the world, fighting one of the biggest names? So if you are out there and you want to reach something, just keep on fighting, and you'll get there one day. Just don't give up.
It's a great message.
Oh, absolutely. So your next opponent, obviously, if people haven't caught up on the arm wrestling world at the moment, but Schoolboy is who you'll be facing off against over in the United States. And he might have disappeared. He said his battery was really low. I don't know if he's gone or not. You still there, Riekerd?
Yep. Sorry, I'm still here. I'm trying to switch my brightness off.
Oh, okay. Because we know his battery is going to die on his phone. I thought it may have been the moment when you disappeared, but you're still here. So yes,
Yeah.
Tell us about the Schoolboy match and what you're expecting.
It's actually it's quite a funny story. The news I got is that he wouldn't accept the right hand match if it wasn't a left hand match involved. So the left hand match got offered, and you guys know me. I won't deny anything. So I said, bring it on. But you better understand, if I win that left hand match, the right hand is going to be terrible. It's going to be absolutely terrible, and I'm going to fight to win that left hand match. Even though I don't care about the left hand, this is not the match I focused on. This is not the arm that I give everything. My blood, sweat, and tears doesn't go into my left arm. Nothing. This is only an arm that I put on the table and an arm wrestle with. With the right hand, I'm going to fight. But if he thinks that the left hand is going to be easy day, and I think that's why he asked for the match, because he thinks he's probably going to run over me, I'm going to fight. I can't change what the outcome will be, but I know I'm not going to give it away. That's for sure. So I'm really excited. I'm going to test the technical side of my left hand, because Schoolboy is stronger than me. I think he's proven it, and I understand that as well, because I watch all his videos, so I can compare ourselves. So it's going to be a tough one, but I'm telling you, right hand is going to be a really good day for me. It's going to be a beautiful day, and I think then I'm gonna try to make another statement, because I think there's still people out there that thinks I'm not the real deal. I'm just here by luck, but I'm working hard, and one of these days I'm going to fight for that 115 kg world title belt.
Do you know which one's coming first? Will it be left hand first and then right hand?
Yes, the left hand is going to be it's part of the prelims. I think that's probably going to be one of the fourth prelim. That's going to be free on YouTube. And then the right hand matches, I think it's third from last, I believe. I think it's Michael and Georgie and Camille and Jerry, and then it's me and Schoolboy, I believe.
Wow, okay.
Well, we've got a challenge thrown down from one of the SA Titans members here, Grant Law, who says, Riekerd, please don't claim to be number one in South Africa until you have pulled the Alberton Assassin, now living in Adelaide.
You should ask Grandin whose corner is he actually, because sometimes he sends me nice messages, sometimes he's being funny and not on my side.
I think he's very proud of you, and he's very excited to see your success. But
Grant, I am the official number one on the left hand in South Africa. No one can take that away from me. But on the right, I'm still number one. I just have to prove it.
That's it. Yeah. Would that be a potential matchup for you in the future with Terrence? I mean, he's sort of the consensus number one at this point in time, only because I think you guys haven't had a match. But is that on the cards?
Yeah, for sure. But I think it's going to be a bad day for Terrence as well because I'm only going up. That's the truth. I'm not being rude. I think it's going to be a really bad day for Terrence. I think I'm going to fight where he doesn't want to go, and I'm going to force it there, and I'm going to make a statement again.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us briefly about your match with Pablo. We know he ended in an injury, but you did have a couple of rounds. He got the pin in the first one, but in the second one, you caught the hit. You were rolling towards getting a pin when he sustained some sort of injury. But did you feel at that point in time that you had figured out what you needed to do to be able to win the rest of the match?
Matt, so to be totally honest with you, I could feel in the first slip that I'm going to win the match. So I could feel that I'm going to get into this guy's hand for sure. And I still didn't know how strong his arm was going to be, and that I did find out in the second round. But in that first round, I should have contested more because my hand was being pulled down too much for my liking. So it's tough to fight a posting top roll with a low hand top roll. So that's why he literally went through my top knuckle and my pronation, my arm opened up. In the second round, you can go check. I fought for more rise to get a higher setup, higher knuckle, and boom, I could stop the match. So I knew straight away that match was mine. Looking back at the match, I I saw myself speaking to myself in my native language, and that was quite special because I forgot about this. And I told myself that, listen, yeah, I've got this. I'm going to win this match. So it's so sad that Pavlo got injured, but I think it was over from there on. I stopped the match. I set position, and when I set that position with a bit of shoulder commitment, it was over. I was about to laugh when I felt that snap. I actually thought it was my own arm. But yeah, it was incredible, and I wish Pavlo didn't get injured because that would have been an incredible match and showcase of what I can do and how I can fight against a strong guy.
Absolutely.
There has been some criticism of the ref setting like really yanking the hands down
Yeah,
low. It is, and you've now mentioned it as well. How uncomfortable and how prone does that make you to injury when your hand is being cranked down like that?
yeah, Uncle Dave. I think it's terrible because the thing is you lose all connection. I mean, in some matches it doesn't matter that much. I mean, if someone tries to hook you, um, it's not going to matter that much. But if someone is
You can see
posting,
that going on right here. Actually, I mean, this is exactly.
yeah, you can just look at Pavlov's index finger and my index finger. That will give you the best idea of what's actually going on.
Mm,
Yeah, and I'd say that's a big disadvantage. Especially when you're not going in for the cup. And if
yeah.
you're going backwards, that's really bad for you if you have a low knuckle. So yeah, that's something that I learned now. I'm so happy that happened because now I know I'll keep on talking. And this is the thing with Schoolboy. His arm is not going to be shorter than mine. So we both are going to fight for the high spot. So I'm happy with that. I'll make sure to talk to the refs and ask him, listen, yeah, I will not cover his knuckle and I won't start a match when I'm covering his knuckle because at the end of the day, I'm not a cheater. I'm going to fight for the best position, but I'm not going to cheat and go over his knuckle. So if they can, I'll set up. If they close my hand, I'll make sure to close my hand under his knuckle. And this is the sensitive subject because some of the guys fight for everything and even more. So that's why they have to do it that way. I have to say that the refs at East versus West, they are absolutely incredible. I love them as people outside of the sport as well. It's refs you can talk to and you can explain to them what's going on. They will still enforce the rules, but it's good to see that they are at least listening to what you are complaining about.
And you're on the brink of cracking through 135 kilograms. You're so close. You're going to be 135 by, well, we're Friday now, so by Sunday, I reckon you'll be 135. Is 140 now on the horizon? Like, is this something that you feel like you're going to be able to gravitate towards, or are you just feeling just full? Is it hard work putting on the weight, or is this just coming to you very naturally now that you're home and getting some good old mum food into you?
Yeah, Uncle Dave, I'm not trying too hard to be this way. That's the truth. And I feel really good. I don't look as good as I would like to, but I don't feel bad. If you understand, I don't feel bad or too heavy for myself. It's just I don't like the way I look because the thing is, being this big, I mean, there will be some consequences. You know, the fat will start going up and all those kind of stuff. But I feel super strong, and this is one of my things in life. I'll do whatever I have to do to achieve a certain thing. And this is one of the things. I believe that the bigger I am, or the heavier I am, the stronger I am, and I feel on the table. But the plans for the future, let's see what happens with Schoolboy. I think myself and Robert and East versus West, we will have a discussion. Maybe it's time for me to test the 115 kg class. I think that's a really good class to test. I think I'll look super cool in that class. The only problem is I have to lose about 19 kg. It's tough, man. But I mean, that's going to be a massive challenge for me. I think I'm going to look incredible. And I think I'm going to feel incredible as well. And not that I feel bad now, but I mean, all my life playing rugby, I used to have a six-pack and walk around without a shirt. And now I'm a bit careful doing that, you know?
A little bit more self-conscious.
Yeah, self-conscious. That's the correct word, yeah. But yeah, it's so funny, Uncle Dave, because just going back to Colorado in August, I was actually mad at myself being so small compared to all the other guys being there. I mean, I felt like the lightest guy there. So yeah, it's you have to set a goal, and I think if you have this idea of who you will be facing at the 115 class, and you have that goal set, I think your mind changes and you are working for something new again. But yeah, it'll be cool to weigh 140 as well. You see.
Have you seen that video circulating on Instagram where Brian Shaw is making bodybuilders look small, and then it's like, and then it cuts to Brian Shaw with arm wrestlers, and all of a sudden Brian Shaw doesn't look small anymore, and the first arm wrestler that appears is you.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty cool, but it's actually a joke because the camera is a bit. Can I say?
It's a good angle.
It's not justifying how big he really is. I mean, meeting Brian Shaw for the first time, I shook his hand. I thought he broke my hand in 7 places, and he tapped me on my shoulder just to say how's it, and I almost broke my neck. So it's scary. I'm telling you, this guy's it's totally different. It's special athletes, yeah.
There is. There's the size difference on the screen at the moment. Brian Shaw towering over the bodybuilders.
That's how the video starts, and then it cuts to. And I think he's also standing there next to Jay Cutler, making Jay Cutler look small, and then it cuts to Brian Shaw with Riekerd Bornman, and all of a sudden Brian doesn't look so big.
I felt really honored when I saw that video. I'm like, shit, this is flipping cool.
And I wanted to ask Devon, because when we talked, you're a phenomenon, Riekerd. You're moving through the ranks so rapidly. People do forget that you are so young, but then you speak of your younger brother as being like several steps ahead of where you were at the same age. And so you're saying, hey, you know, if you think I'm pretty big and you think I'm pretty strong, here's this kid, here's my brother who's 5 years younger, but he's years ahead of me in terms of development. Devon, what do you feel like you're looking into the future when you look at your older brother and just thinking, you know what, I'm going to be like that, but just bigger, just stronger, I'm going to be 22, 145 kilos. This is not, you know, do you actually just look at your bigger brother and just think, you know what, that's pretty good, because now I know where I'm going to be, and maybe even a bit ahead by the time I get around to being 21, 22 years of age?
Yes, no, for sure, Uncle Dave. I'm looking up to my brother a lot. and I think I'm gonna be bigger and better.
And it should be that way. It should be
Yeah.
that way.
But one of my great mentors is now since passed away, but his name was Michael Rowland, and he had a wonderful saying, which is the best guru or the best mentor to have is the one that's 2 steps ahead of you, not the one that did it all 10 or 15 years ago, not the one that's got all the trophies in the cabinet and is talking about all the old stories, but the one that's 2 steps ahead of you. And you've very much got that in your brother, and now that you're able to train together, is this fast tracking your development, Devan? Are you feeling that all of a sudden things have stepped up a gear or two in your own training and in your own skill set?
Yes, most.
Uncle Dave, sorry, I'm just going to be rude for a second. I'm going to go into the gym and get a charger because I don't want to let this cool down. This is going to be
Okay.
full. My phone is on 4%. I'll
Okay.
see you guys now.
Okay.
Okay.
We get to
yes,
talk to
Uncle
Devan.
Dave,
This is good.
that was just me. So since my brother arrived in South Africa, my level just keeps growing. And if my brother wasn't here, I wouldn't have won Nikki that easy. My opponent that you just showed on the video.
And are you spending a lot of table time with your brother, or is it a gym? I know Riekerd tends to previously had to kind of concentrate on the gym time more than the table time. But are you getting a lot of table time in together?
Yes, we did in the past a bit, but coming to this match, he just to avoid some injuries, we're not doing table time so much anymore. But just still heavy training and just the gym work.
And are you doing that gym work together?
Yes.
Right. And so how are you guys when you're doing weights? Are you doing the same weights, or like how are things going, or do you drop it back a notch or two?
No, I definitely drop it. My brother is definitely still levels above me, obviously. But my weight doesn't look too bad. It's going up surely.
And last time we heard from you, you were almost around. I think you might have even tried to drop a little bit to be under 110. What are you walking around at comfortably now?
At the moment, I'm probably 112 now. Walking around 113, 112.
Wow.
Kilograms. Yes.
Yeah. And I can see Matt in his mind quickly doing the pounds calculation.
Got 245. 245.
And so you're and so 17 years old, 112, 13 kilos, getting around. It's pretty clear that within another 6 or so months you'll be comfortably around that 115, 116 type of level. Who are you shooting for regionally at the moment? Like, what's next on your radar? Who do you want to take out, and what positions are you looking to cement yourself in there in South Africa?
So the guy I beat is probably top 5. So I don't know if you guys know John McKechnie. He pulled
Yes.
that arm off. So yeah, we wanted to pull, and then he got offered the match at the Titan House, and so we want to pull now, but he wants me to be under 110 kgs. So then we're gonna pull, not very far from now on.
Because he's around 90, 95 kilos, isn't he?
Yes.
Yep. A real powerhouse, and somebody who's got some years experience behind him now as well, John. So is he like top 3? Would you say in South Africa?
Let's see.
It'd be number 1 under 100 kilos, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Yes, most definitely.
Yeah. So you're right up there in rare air and finding it difficult to find opponents of your caliber locally. So who are you now thinking internationally as well? Is heading over to East versus West now an opportunity to, in that tournament, maybe start pegging yourself against that international level?
Yes, I would love to have an international super match. So I'm going with my brother to America. We're flying the 9th, and I'm competing in the tournament before. And I think I'm gonna compete in the middle class, the under 115 kgs.
Right.
So not the big boys, just under them. And I would love to have an international match at you guys as well.
This is the match, Uncle Dave. It just popped up in my head. Imagine my brother versus Mario Tambakis.
Wow.
Ooh,
Or getting
redemption.
revenge. Getting
Redemption.
revenge.
Revenge. Yeah. Huh?
Well, I like the sound of that. I do like the sound of that. That's
Yeah.
very interesting. I'm hoping Mario's watching and just got a little bit excited at the thought of that. It's
The thing is as well. I think Duvan he's going to go for Terence next year. That's what I believe. That's what I 100% believe. So that's what I told Terence also a while ago. He shouldn't be worried about me. He should be worried about my little brother coming up. Because I mean, we all know that at this young age, you just get better and stronger every day by just sitting and doing nothing. And Duvan is not doing nothing. So that's the difference. Every single thing that I've learned, I'm trying to. I don't know the world's tricks and arm wrestling techniques, but what I know, I tried to share with him. And I mean, he just won a match without his hand. So he's getting places and he's starting to find the technique that works for himself. He has a hook, he has a press, he has a top roll, and he has a thought roll as well. So what more do you want?
yeah.
We saw an interesting change with your style from when you first sort of came onto the scene, which was a very high-handed top roll, and you discovered the press, and it seemed to really be the next addition to your arsenal. What made the change for you to switch from top roll to press, or to add that in?
Because it was too easy. Too easy. I guess at the end of the day, my body was just made to do it. I didn't find it back then. I was too afraid to go sideways. And then AWE Grand Prix won. My first matchup, Gunther's. Now, I've watched Ryan Bowen's match and Gunther's match, and not even Ryan could top roll Gunther's. So I knew that, listen, yeah, my top roll is not spot on, so I have to do something different now. And I just committed, and it worked. Until I injured myself against Wallace Dilly, and I started to change again. But my top roll is getting better and better, and this is a style that I really enjoy now. So whatever's on the table, I'll adjust to, and I'll fight with everything, you know. But yeah, it's quite funny to see that you can adjust that quickly when you need to. And it's always good to have a press, always good, because I mean, if you get stuck at the bottom, I mean, I just tested my left as well. I couldn't finish with the left. I couldn't finish, but I could transition into a press quite easily. So I think that's really important to have.
Absolutely. We'll just so you got to.
Are you finding that injuries leading you to be more innovative, where you're having to find different ways and then access new strengths technically, because you might get a niggle here, or a sore elbow there, or you find you can't go sideways for whatever reason. Is this kind of making you a more well-rounded competitor, do you feel, Riekerd?
Yes, of course, Uncle Dave. This is the truth. But I'm not gonna lie to you. When I get on the table, I don't give a. I don't care. I don't care. I'll do what it takes. So I mean, you have to be careful. I'm not stupid, but you have to do what you have to do to win a match. And I'm one of those guys that I'll do absolutely everything and lose like a man. But there's not a chance you're going easily through my arm with everything I've just learned and the adjustments I've made. I want to make it as hard as possible. Even if you beat me, I want to make it as hard as possible. And this options that I'm working on is truly opening a door for me. I mean, if the one style isn't working and the other style is giving you problems, you're still going to use the other style that gives you more to win.
And now that you're getting an opportunity to hang around with some of these international quality competitors, the top echelon of the sport, everybody's jumping on the table in afterpull if they're not too injured. Are you gripping up with anybody that you kind of think, oh, maybe I'll wait a little while for my chance at him, or is genuinely no one giving you that vibe, and you just feel like there's a pretty direct pathway now to being in that top 1, 2, 3 in the world?
Yeah, but if it's so tough, man, because I always get injured after my matches. I mean, one was Lily. I had pain for months, so that was a tough one for me. The one with Pavlo as well wasn't too bad, but my elbow was still not good. So after
maybe his phone
I
died.
think, yeah, I think
We did
we
go to
just
get the charger, but yeah, we thought his voice started sounding like a robot at the end there. I was like, I think the time is nigh.
or could it be that Riekerd is actually an arm wrestling robot, and that this whole phenomenon is actually AI generated? Riekerd and his brother, we've only ever heard his mum screaming in the background. We haven't actually seen her do that. Is this it's very difficult to know, isn't it, in this modern age, as to what is real and what isn't. I mean, Riekerd's rise in the sport has been so phenomenal. It's so exciting to see, because we haven't really seen a young competitor rise as quickly as Riekerd. From relative obscurity only a year or two ago to this year alone, this will be his third matchup on the biggest arm wrestling stage in the world, and this is genuinely been a life-changing experience for Riekerd. And now we see in the background his brother coming up and coming through, and settling some of those old scores that Riekerd's maybe sidestepped because he was in Australia, and now Devan is just stepping up and pushing through all of the ranks there, and I think it's going to be super exciting to see what Devan's experience is at East versus West at the tournament, when he gets that opportunity to grip up with some of these international or really high level American competitors. And I think it's going to be really exciting for him to be able to get on the table and to get a feel for where his standard is, and I think he's going to be really pleasantly surprised by where he is actually sitting, and walk away from that tournament with a huge amount of confidence. So it looks like they just jumped on screen just long enough there for the battery to drop away. But what are your thoughts, Matt?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's incredible to see that. I mean, it feels like only a few months ago, Ryan was talking about this crazy, strong guy that had walked into the club at the Kingpins in Brisbane. Former or current rugby player, but injured, and wanted to try something different, and was hanging with not only Ryan but Lachlan Adair, the two of the best arm wrestlers in the country at that time, on his very first night. So and Ryan was like, this guy's going to be a superstar, and we need to get him a match. His first match, Mario Tamarcus, which we were talking about before, maybe having a rematch for Devan to take on Mario being a very seasoned competitor, and he was able to get the better of Riekerd in the AWE 2. But still, to go up against somebody of that caliber for your first match, it was like, we knew straight away that Riekerd had something special. And since that match, I don't think he's lost since then. I think everything that he's done, he's been successful at. He's won our Grand Prix events twice in a row. We had the top 8 in Australia go against Riekerd, and he won that undefeated. Then we followed that up with the biggest people we could find in the Southern Hemisphere, and we threw them at Riekerd, and it was the exact same result. He walked through the competition and handily dispatched everybody, and went undefeated again. Getting the call up to go overseas for East versus West and competing over in America, and seeing him do so well, it's been an absolute privilege from our perspective, to see that somebody that feels like part of the AWE world, and then has been able to build on top of that and get international matches as well, which is just such a great thing to see. And then obviously Devan doing incredibly well as on top of that. And we're seeing him, getting these high profile matches in South Africa, and now he's going over to the East versus West to support Riekerd. But hopefully we can see him jump on the table there at some point as well.
Yeah, big futures. Two fantastic young men. Such a wonderful, supportive family. It's so great to see them together and growing together, figuratively and actually, and to be in such a wonderful, nurturing environment, and now taking the world by storm. This is just these two Bornman boys. The best is yet to come. My only fear, in some respects, is that they are both so young. I mean, Riekerd still is only 22 years of age. You know, they're growing. They're actually growing, physically still growing, and
Yeah.
you know, it's real when you're so talented and so many opportunities come your way. It's hard to say no, and to maybe train through those niggles and those injuries, and not give them an opportunity to fully kind of heal over. And when you're that young, it doesn't take you that long to heal up. And you know, I would hate to see the accumulation of injuries, or them competing at the highest level but not at their best, and maybe not enjoying the success that they deserve. Kind of put them off the sport. I'd much prefer them to see them rested, strong, feeling great, keeping their enthusiasm for the sport, and consistently achieving at the highest level, and you know, pacing themselves through what is going to be a magical time in their careers as they're coming up and being recognised. So yeah, I just hope that they can stay as injury free as possible, and if they do get injured, have people around them that are wise enough to keep them rested and letting them, rather than forcing them to come back early, just giving them that opportunity to rest up. And they're going to, because they're fiercely competitive young men, they're going to want to be racing back to the table and racing back to the bright lights of the biggest stages that they can get on. But really, you know, at this age, they've got what, 20 years, 40 years, 50 years ahead of them in this sport. And that being the case, they you know, missing out on a match here and there or whatever is not going to make the big difference in the medium to long term. But yeah, so Hollywood Matt Connelly, big things happening for the Riekerd, for the Bornman boys, and for the Riekerd coming up at East versus West. Big things happening for AWE in January as well. So very excited to. I see you reaching into the computer to pull up a little poster, but
Yep.
you know, we might do a big announcement about this at some stage in the not too distant future. But maybe a little teaser for the people out there.
All
Matt?
right, let's put it up then. There we go. So, last man standing, the event that we had 133 matches in 1 hour last time. It is absolutely mayhem. And we've got some of the biggest names in Australian arm wrestling and New Zealand arm wrestling in Matawa Ringi, Heta Morris, Brett Coots, and Mario Timarcus. They'll all be competing on this event. And the fun thing about this is that literally anybody can enter this, and anybody has the opportunity to win. The way that there is 2 prizes on offer. One is who keeps the king position the longest amount of time throughout the hour, and who is in the king position right on the hour as it finishes. And so it's winner stays on. It's fast paced. It's loose rules. It's just try the person out, and when we ran this before, it was really interesting to see that there was a difference in people's tactics as to when they would put their full effort in trying to, you know, maybe they're going for that longest time in king, and it's like, but then they get exhausted 20 minutes in and then they couldn't continue and they had to pull out completely. And it was like,
yeah. Some pulled out completely. Some just went, you know, maybe I'll be lucky and walk away with the cash prize by being there at the end. You know, maybe I'll just you know, be the last man standing, literally. And yeah. So I mean, this is a great opportunity for anybody around the country, arm wrestlers. I mean, anybody from around the world who can make their way to Adelaide on the 18th of January. Yes, so those 3 massive men that were just on screen: Mario Timarcus, Mateo Rungi, the Beast, Heta Morris, and Brett Coots will be there. And of course, they will be big favourites, because they're obviously, these guys would be the favourites for most time in the king position. But literally anybody can walk away with the prize for being right there at the end. And who knows, maybe a couple of these guys are going to get injured. Maybe they'll just get really tired at the end, and maybe you will be the one on the table. So this is open to amateurs, and anybody can enter. There is a fee to enter, of course, but there is a big cash prize. So the man that will be in the king position the longest, there'll be a cash prize of 5,000 Australian dollars. That'll be on the line, and the prize for the athlete who will be in the king position at the end will be $2,500. So $7,500 will be on the line come the 18th of January. And so these three men on screen right now are going to be the favourites. They're the favourites to walk away with maybe that $5,000 prize. But maybe there's a young man from Adelaide called Danny who has he's got youth, and he has an amazing level of strength for somebody so young. It's just a touch of the Bornman brothers to young Danny. And you could just see that young man walk away with $5,000 in his hand, or maybe 7.5, because last time it was Laz Bolter who walked away with both. He most time in the king position, and was the man in the king position at the end of the hour. So this will be 1 hour of arm wrestling. There could be 50 or 60 entrants. There could be 10. We just don't know. So. But we will. Registrations are open right now, so you can you register on the website, Matt? Is that something that people can do, or they can register by registering with you?
Yeah, in the coming weeks, I'll be able to set that up. But yes, the information will be continuously put out there. We just wanted to make the announcement today and get things sort of said that this is what we're doing. January 18th will be the date, and it will be in Adelaide somewhere. But we'll lock that in. We'll lock in the times and all of the terms and conditions, the rules, and all of that stuff. You will be able to find that as we go over the next week or two. But, and registration, we'll set up a way that people can register their interest and be able to turn up on the day and have some fun. The great thing about it as well is that maybe you've been fans of these guys, Matawaringi, Mario, or Brad, or any of the guys that are at that level in arm wrestling, and you would never have the opportunity to get on the table with them. And it's like, well, here you go. You can potentially have 30 or 40 matches with them, depending on how it goes with the draw. And it's going to be fun to see who gets tired the fastest, because you think, okay, these guys are just going to squash everybody, but you do get tired quick, and it's like, it's non-stop. It's one after the other, after the other, after the other. It's like, and and if somebody's giving you resistance every time, it's like you're going to get exhausted. And maybe it's 10 minutes, maybe it's 20 minutes in, and now your arm is blown up, you're done, but you still got 40 minutes to go of the event.
Exactly. And this is good fun for the elite athletes. This doesn't affect their ability to get that next super match. This doesn't hold any bearing on their career progression in the sport. But by the same token, for amateurs, there's that chance to walk away with the cash prize and that opportunity to arm wrestle some of the very top guys in the AWE universe. So, and here's just to give you a little bit of a taste. This is going back to our first Last Man Standing event, and Lass, who was our winner, is on the left of screen right now, and some might recognize Big Ben. He's our down ref for many of our AWE events, and he was a competitor on this occasion. This good-looking bloke on the right of screen comes in full of confidence, and hey, hang on, what happened there? I don't remember that happening.
I don't remember that either.
Put Lass unawares. Lass must have been checking to see if something was in his pocket, and that's more like the form we've come to expect from Dave Stockbridge. So we've got Ash Sharma. He's a rising star. He's and right there with Hamza Hodgick, who's like a young powerhouse. Both of those young men are rising stars in the sport, and he's an arm wrestling veteran for you right here as well. This is
Jim Graham,
he did do so well on that occasion, didn't he? It was so not enough screaming, perhaps.
But you can see the pace of the matches here and how fast these setups are, and it's just person after person. Well, this is why we had 3 matches a minute. The rule sets were very loose, and it was basically take your grip and go. It wasn't, we're not worrying about trying to set people's wrists. I'd set rules as to if you slip deliberately, it's a loss. If you foul, it's a loss. Like, it's just all designed to be really fast.
Yeah, it was good fun. I was just wondering what happened. That's
But you and Hamza.
It's great fun as a competitor. It's really good fun. You can't take it too seriously, of course, but and as the hour progresses, the fatigue starts to build in. Some of our athletes dropped away. Tim's back at the table now. You can see how fast paced this was, and I think we had 8 or 10 competitors at this particular event. Of course, the more competitors there are, the more fun it'll be. So, you've really got to be in it to win it. And so, this is going to be one of the biggest cash prizes for amateurs in the country. So, a really good opportunity for. Let's face it. If you're one of the 20 competitors, you statistically you're a great chance of walking away with a prize. So, and not only that, but a spectacular day to be had, and get to meet some of these wonderful arm wrestlers from around Australia and New Zealand, we would love to have you as part of it. More details will be rolled out in the coming days and weeks, and we so proud to get that poster up, and a magnificent poster. Do you want to give full credit for the poster, Matt? Because
No.
we've got a secret weapon in the design department now.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you to my wonderful girlfriend Hillary for doing that. She works as a graphic designer, and yes, she was very, very adamant about getting the poster sorted, and we've got to start the promotion. And she designed this incredible poster here, and a whole bunch of banners and concepts. I think she had 20 different concepts within half an hour or something.
Amazing.
And, just very, very happy with her work. So thank you very much.
Well done, Hillary. Great work. It's spectacular poster, and some spectacular athletes will be there. If you've just heard this announcement and you want to be a big part of the event, then more details will be coming out soon. You can, of course, always direct message Matt, or jump onto the AWE Instagram account and message us through there, and just register your interest early, and we'll keep you up to date directly with all of the details as they become available. Hollywood Matt Connelly, thank you so much for having me on the podcast here tonight. It was a real joy talking to the Bornman boys and to yourself once again. And thanks for spreading the news about the upcoming AWE event.
Oh, you dropped a bombshell on me with that prize money. I didn't know it was going to be $5,000 and $2,500. I've got to watch my face back when you said it. That's huge news. I think everyone's going to be very excited about that. I mean, as you said, like, if you're an amateur arm wrestler, you're not going to go to like the over the top tournament expecting to win the $10,000 prize. Like, you know what I mean? But here, you literally could win $2,500 if you're in that top that king position right at the last minute. So, yeah, it's a huge opportunity. I think that you've done a tremendous job with that, and the world of arm wrestling thanks you, Dave Stockbridge, for your hard work and sponsorship for this sport.
Oh well, it's a sport worth getting behind, I think, and Hillary, thank you for your great work. She's tuning in. I'm glad she is, because she's done an outstanding job on that poster, and we thank her for all of her wonderful work and support there as well. So, thank you very much for having me on the podcast, man. I'll look forward to catching up with you again very, very soon.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. All your comments there. We saw some old favorites. Terrence Offerman was in there as well. We saw Leon as well, and Siren and Drew, and all of the classics. And we very much appreciate that. But we will see you again next time. Thanks for watching.